The Ottawa County Sheriff is indicted on charges of embezzlement and perjury. A developer with plans to renovate the fire-damaged Olivia building in Joplin details what's next.
The Pittsburgh Police Department has some civilian partners working to make sure four state families have a Merry Christmas. You'll meet them coming up.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
The Ottawa County, Oklahoma Sheriff is indicted for embezzlement and perjury. This is KOAM News at 10. Police arrested Sheriff Jeremy Floyd today after Floyd was indicted by the multi-county grand jury. Court records showed the embezzlement charge comes from March 2018 when he allegedly used $1,100 to buy a plane ticket for his wife. The perjury charge is tied to his recent bid for re-election. The indictment alleges he lied when he swore under oath that he had not been under probation for embezzlement in the past. Ottawa County Commissioner Russell Earl says he isn't really surprised to hear the news.
He knew it was over his head and he seemed to be responsive in the beginning. But then we noticed that we wasn't getting the cooperation after a while. So that started raising some flags.
Floyd is being held at the Ottawa County Jail in lieu of a $50,000 bond. Under Sheriff Dan Cook is taking over the sheriff's duties. A developer from St. Louis had hopes of redeveloping the Olivia building in downtown Joplin. But now those plans can't move forward. KOAM's Chris Warner explains why and what could be next for the building.
The Bywater Development Group out of St. Louis was hopeful they would be approved for housing tax credits from the Missouri Housing Development Commission to redevelop the Olivia. Despite the fire on December 7th, the building was deemed structurally sound, which meant their plans could proceed. However, Bywater was informed this week by the MHDC their application was denied. In a statement sent to KOAM, Bywater says they, quote, greatly regret having to share this bad news with the Joplin community. We sincerely wish the MHDC outcome could have been different. We cannot adequately express our appreciation for the remarkable display of community-wide concern, effort, support, and desire to see a new future for the Olivia building. We thank all of you for your partnership and wish everyone the absolute best in your ongoing efforts with the Olivia building and your many other efforts to improve and grow your community.
A disappointment is one word to use to describe it. As always, whenever you think something's going to happen and then it doesn't, it's extremely disappointing, especially because it will take the right project to make the Olivia happen.
That's left the future of the Olivia in question, but Jill Sullivan is hopeful someone will step up.
I think there are many people who are interested in what happens with the building, so it's just a matter of everyone who has that interest in the building, whether it be a group, an individual, an organization, come together and have that conversation about what exactly the next steps are.
She knows time is limited to save the building, and there's something that has to be addressed right away.
Well, the roof, I think, is the number one thing that needs to happen. And as far as, I'm sure there are other things that would need to happen as well, but that is the one crucial thing that needs to happen to prevent further damage in the meantime.
In Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
The tax credits that were available are offered annually. Bywater says they could apply again next year, but they're afraid the building won't survive that long. Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather. Doug.
Hey, Dal. It actually turned out to be a pretty good Friday today, despite the wind. We had winds gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour at times, but the temperature pretty good. We started at 34.55 for a high, and our average high is 46, about 10 degrees above where we should be for this time of the year. We've had a lot of mid and upper level clouds across the region. Not a lot underneath the clouds yet. I do think we'll start to get a few random light showers, mainly along and south of the I-44 corridor as we go through the overnight hours as this weak little wave pushes through. But there is a cold front that is pushing into our northwestern counties, and once it works through, then our winds will diminish a bit, and our temperatures will cool down just a bit more as we work into Saturday. We're going to drop back to 36. We'll have a few random morning showers, 40 by 9, 44 by noon. A little bit cooler, but still not bad, 47 during the afternoon. Of course, we're going to look at the rest of the weekend and Christmas, all coming up here in a bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks, Doug. The Pittsburgh Police Department has some civilian partners who spent today making sure four state families in need have a Merry Christmas. But as KOAM's Mike Mahoney learned, the assistance they provide isn't limited to the holiday season.
We're still a week away from Christmas morning, but holiday magic was in the air as Pittsburgh Police Department's family response advocates visited this Girard, Kansas family.
It makes me really happy that this program has been able to help me because, I mean, it's for the kids, it's what counts, for my kids to be happy.
Taylor Jameson is a mom who's been having trouble finding work due to the coronavirus pandemic. But on Friday, she was able to put those worries aside and watch as her son and daughter opened a variety of gifts.
It's my kids smiling and, you know, I mean, you heard Braxton, ooh, you know, it just makes me happy seeing my kids being able to be happy.
You got a big one, don't you?
The Pittsburgh Police Department's Family Resource Advocate program comes from a partnership between the Family Resource Center and the City of Pittsburgh. They're committed to helping families in need throughout Crawford County and don't limit themselves to the holiday season.
It could be pay a water bill. It could be help them hang curtains. It could be buy a pair of shoes for the kids for school. Just whatever needs to be done.
Family response advocates Diane Gamble and Reva Meadows say the pandemic has made things even tougher on 4-state families in need this year. But they also note that the Crawford County community has really stepped up. Thanks to the community's donations, the Family Resource Advocate program was able to give gifts and Christmas stockings to 55 Crawford County kids this year. In Crawford County, Kansas, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
If you'd like to donate to the Family Resource Advocate program or enroll your family, just give the Pittsburgh Police Department a call and ask for a Family Response Advocate. Friends, family, and neighbors today came together to pay their respects for a Crawford County farmer. Michael E. Viets died at the age of 67 after a long battle with vascular dementia. The Girard native made a lasting impression on his community, dedicating much of his time to his farm. COVID-19 concerns put limits on the family's funeral plans, but they got creative, inviting those who loved Mike to join the procession by displaying their own tractors and farm equipment in his honor. Those close to Mike say it's a fitting farewell.
He was really dedicated to what he did. He loved to farm, loved to talk about farming. Just, he always wanted to do the best.
Mike is survived by his wife, 6 children, and 10 grandchildren, all thankful for the loving display they witnessed in Girard today. Still ahead, we're going to get the latest on COVID-19 cases across our nation and how a ride-sharing service is making sure anyone who wants to get vaccinated can get it done. Spokesperson for Kansas Governor Laura Kelly says she's seeking a second term. Kelly became governor of Kansas in 2018 after defeating Chris Kobach in the general election. The spokesperson said Governor Kelly is focused on the pandemic and the state's economic recovery, but said, quote, of course she is running for re-election. Moderna's coronavirus vaccine has officially been approved for emergency use in the U.S. It's the second vaccine designed to fight the virus. Elise Preston reports from New York.
The FDA has given the green light to a second coronavirus vaccine for emergency use, this one produced by Moderna. The Moderna vaccine was 94% effective at trials and does not require the ultra cold storage that Pfizer's vaccine does. Federal officials say nearly 6 million doses could be shipped across the country as soon as next week.
The way through this challenging time is vigilance and a vaccine.
Vice President Pence rolled up his sleeve Friday to receive Pfizer's COVID vaccine, as did Second Lady Karen Pence. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also got their first dose of the vaccine.
2, 1, vaccinate!
On the front lines, healthcare workers continue to receive the vaccine, as well as nursing home residents, including 95-year-old Jean Peters from Connecticut.
I feel fine. I feel good.
By the time we get to several months into this year, we will have enough people protected that we can start thinking seriously about the return to normality.
With cases surging, public hospitals here in New York City have once again suspended elective surgeries to free up space for COVID-19 patients. The situation is even more dire in Southern California, where some hospitals have run out of ICU beds and patients are being triaged and treated outside.
We're at the point where we no longer could take care of them. The wait is a lot longer. Patients are really sick.
This retirement home for nuns in Elm Grove, Wisconsin, lost 8 sisters to coronavirus just in the last week. At Thanksgiving, more than 100 of the sisters tested positive. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
President-elect Joe Biden and his wife will receive their first dose of the COVID vaccine on Monday. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will receive her vaccine the following week. Uber will offer people free and discounted rides if their destination is a COVID vaccination. The rideshare company says it's all in an effort to ensure people get vaccinated, especially those who face challenges with transportation. Uber is offering 10 million free or discounted rides to and from their destination for the COVID shot. They have not yet set a date for when that offer will begin. Doug Heddy is up next with his complete forecast, and a little bit later on KOAM News at 10. A Chautauqua, Kansas basketball player is on the mind after suffering a scary injury in a game. We're going to have his story.
Join us for our Feed the...
Well, of course, today, not a bad day. It was a little bit on the windy side, but temperatures fantastic as we went into the mid-50s for afternoon high. So we'll definitely take that. A lot of clouds during the afternoon with our next storm system, which is rolling in. But a great shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, so what is to come? A few random showers for us tonight. This is mainly going to be along and south of I-44. Then the weekend looks pretty good. We're really going to warm up Monday and Tuesday, mid-60s by Tuesday. And then briefly, an Arctic front is going to work in on Wednesday. This could give us a little rain, maybe even a little bit of snow, but it also really cools us down for the holiday. Of course, you can always look farther down the road on my month-long blog at KOAMnewsnow.com. We do have a storm system, 2 systems that we got to watch that could give us wintry weather in between Christmas and New Year's. So the pattern will pick up just a little bit more. Temperature is still pretty good, 49, 50 degrees across most of the region. But you can see that little wind shift line once you get out toward Independence, Parsons, Fort Scott. That is our cold front that is heading toward us. Now ahead of it, very windy, but the closer that front gets, the more the winds will diminish. So that's why they are dying down just a bit. We still got south winds at about 10 to 20, but we aren't getting the gust at 40 to 45 like we had earlier today. The winds have been gusting about 30 to 35 as we've gone through the evening hours. Outside right now, currently sitting at 50. South winds sustained at 13. Humidity is at 52%. We do have a lot of clouds across the region, just not a lot underneath the clouds. This wave is very weak. It's just now organizing, but I do think we'll get some light showers starting to pop up. You can see a couple little green dots here and there, but a few random light showers as we go through the overnight hours. Let's go through time. Here's midnight. You can see those light showers trying to pop up, trying to get going, mainly along and south of the I-44 corridor. By 3 a.m., most of them are in our very far southeastern counties, and then they're gone. So if you sleep through the night, you won't even know that we get any showers. As we head into Saturday, could see a sprinkle early in the morning. We are going to have some clouds, and then we're going to actually break out, see partly sunny skies, and it'll turn out to be a pretty good day. 36 to start, 43 by noon, a little bit cooler, 47, but still not a bad day on tap for us across the region. Sunday looks good, about 50, pushing 60 by Monday. Mid-60s by Tuesday. And then here's that storm system I was talking about on Wednesday. A very strong cold front is going to push in. We'll get a few showers, may get a little bit of snow on the backside, but I think the bigger story here is going to be much colder temperatures working in as we head into Christmas Eve, and then also on Christmas Day, temperatures will be quite a bit cooler. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. But of course, the chances for a white Christmas, very slim, which it usually is this far south. We get a white Christmas, a true white Christmas, about twice a decade. 47 for us tomorrow, 50 on Sunday, 58 on Monday, 65 on Tuesday, and then 52 with the rain and dropping temperatures on Wednesday, a high of only 37 on Christmas Eve. So kind of all over the place, but at least we're going to get a few really nice days.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And I guess the East Coast got enough snow for all of us, even if we don't get any here.
Yeah, areas upwards of 2 feet.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the Riverton boys and girls take on Columbus. And while diving for a loose ball, a Southeast Kansas basketball player suffered a scary injury. We're going to have the latest on his recovery.
The Columbus Titans are at home tonight, hosting the Riverton Rams. On the boys' side, this one's a big one early in the season. And both of these teams 3-0 coming into the night. It was a tight game in the third. Off the miss, Seth Stover with the cleanup and the putback. Titans up 3. Riverton responds on the other end. Isaac Welch, triple from the wing. That ties it up at 30. Rams down 3, though, heading to the end of the third. Still close, midway through the fourth. Lynn Schallenberger, turnaround jumper in the lane. That puts Columbus up 1. Moments later, though, Welch, turnaround jumper of his own. He finished with 14. Riverton back on top. 2 minutes left to play. Feed goes inside to Jamie Richardson. Easy 2. He had 15 on the night. Rams up 5 at that point. Riverton still undefeated. They win this one 53-47. To the girls' game now. Riverton trailing in the second. JC Thomason with the board through the contact. She finished with 15. Rams down by 6 at half. Riverton gets it done in the third quarter. Chloe Parker, good from the corner for 3. Then Parker again, this time from the left side. Why not? Parker again with the steal. Takes it all the way for 2. She finished with 18. The Riverton sweep tonight. Girls win at 48-35. A local high school basketball player is already talking about a comeback just 1 week after a traumatic throat and neck injury left him unable to breathe on his own. We caught up with Chatopa's Caden Dugan as he aims to return to the floor and finish his senior season. Caden Dugan is on the road to recovery.
Feeling better. Every day I've been getting better. When this happened, we were pretty much expecting the worst out of it.
The Chatopa senior suffered a throat and neck injury in the team's game last Friday, an injury that left him unable to breathe on his own.
My heart fell to the bottom of my feet, and nothing like seeing your son struggling to get air. So it was terrifying, very terrifying.
The injury happened when Dugan dove into the bleachers trying to save a ball from going out of bounds.
It's just how I am. Sports is a great passion of mine. I always want to go out there and give it my all.
He's a go-getter, and he plays 110% all the way to the end. And and I love it. That's what I love about him in his sports.
He sets the example for the rest of the ball club. And by him, continually to hustle, continually to put out 110%, that pushes the people around him.
After 3 days on a ventilator and surgery on Sunday, he was finally able to breathe on his own.
You just can't explain it. It's just, it was overwhelming. Happy tears. Lots of happy tears.
For now, he's supposed to take it easy as he recovers.
It's pretty hard because I'm always out running around with my friends and all that.
He's like totally grounded to the house. He can't go anywhere, no horse playing, and he has to be really careful about moving his head around and, and just, basically he needs to rest.
If he does that and recovery goes well, Dugan could be cleared to return to practice in January.
We're looking forward to getting him back out there, but I would be lying if I said it wouldn't bother me at all. But it will be a little tense for a while till we can settle everybody down. I'm looking forward to it greatly. I'm ready to get back out there already.
He's a senior, so I would love to see him. It's just going to be a little terrifying at first, but yeah, I'm ready.
Dugan is expected to make a full recovery. There will be fundraisers beginning next week to help offset the cost from medical bills from Dugan's injury, including a bank account set up at the Commerce Bank in Chatopa and a t-shirt fundraiser. The Pittsburgh State men picked up a huge win last night at John Lance Arena. The Gorillas erased an 18-point halftime deficit to hand Missouri Western its first loss of the season. Sports reporter Andy Cioteco was there and has more on PSU's comeback.
18 is a long way to come back from, especially against a team that's ranked in the top 20 in the country. So proud of their effort, man. Proud of their effort, because I would have hated to go home for Christmas with the result being the other way.
The Pitt State men head into winter break on a high note. After trailing at halftime, the Gorillas upset 19th-ranked Missouri Western 87-84 on Thursday night.
We got nothing to lose. I mean, we're down 18. We can either fight or we can go home and hang our heads and go home and just give up. And we just came out and we decided to fight, and that's what we wanted to do when we came out of halftime.
We get to share a story, coming down from however much we was down at half.
PSU had 4 score in double figures, led by Bobby Arthur Williams and Martin Votes, who combined for 41 second-half points.
Bobby got hot. We got it down to Bobby, and he started playing really well. Martin hit a couple shots. Pip did some good things. Everybody contributed.
Head coach Kim Anderson says his team now knows what they are capable of. It's just a matter of putting together all 40 minutes.
When you play with that type of intensity and that type of urgency, for a whole half. Now we got to do that for a whole game.
In Pittsburgh, Andy Cioteco, KOAM Sports.
The Gorillas will be back at home on December 31st, facing Baker in an exhibition contest. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. James McHugh served in the U.S. Navy as a submarine spotter and carrier pilot. His hometown, Nevada, Missouri. And we salute Ensign James McHugh, a 4-state hero. Quickly, let's check back in with Doug.
All right, Dow, it looks like after a few random showers for us tonight, most of the weekend looks pretty good. We're going to have partly sunny skies tomorrow, 47 back to 50 on Sunday, and then warming up even more by early next week.
Thanks, Doug. Enjoy your weekend, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.
If you see news happening